The TAXSTONE Troy Ave situation is one of the most unique, odd, and crazy situations in the rap world going on right now. You know, a lot of beefs in the rap genre in general sort of boil down to violence and bravado, and a lot of times end up people getting shot. But there's so few situations that we end up seeing where rappers publicly go and testify against someone in their case and make diss songs afterwards and stuff, despite people calling them a snitch. Man, we got to get into this whole case because it's actually one of the craziest situations that I've seen in a while, man. The Troy Ave TAXSTONE situation that resulted in TAXSTONE being convicted for manslaughter for a shooting at IRVING PLAZA in 2016 in New York. Let's get into this infamous situation right now. But before we do, I'm gonna need y'all to like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna run up this video, man. Make sure y'all check out the merch too. Link in the description at staysafeworld.com. We got everything you need, man. Hoodies, tees, everything on deck. Let's get into this, man.
37-year-old hip-hop personality and former rapper has been convicted in a fatal shooting in Manhattan's Irving Plaza. Darryl Campbell, known as TAXSTONE, was charged in the 2016 death of 33-year-old Ronald McFadder. Campbell opened fire at a music venue targeting rival rapper Roland Collins, better known by his stage name Troy Ave. The two men had been involved in a feud. Collins and two others were injured, and McFadder, who was working as a bodyguard, was killed. Campbell was found guilty of first-degree manslaughter and weapons violations. He'll be sentenced in April.
Man, hip-hop personality Darryl Campbell, you know, hip-hop podcaster, aka TAXSTONE, has been convicted in the deadly shooting of a bodyguard inside of the music venue of IRVING Plaza in Manhattan. Campbell, a former rapper personality known as TAXSTONE, was found guilty of first-degree manslaughter and weapons violations in the 2016 killing of Robert McFadder. You know, it's actually a W because he was charged with murder originally, so this is just saying that it was basically an accident. But Campbell opened fire inside of the IRVING Plaza music venue targeting rival rapper Roland Collins, aka Troy Ave, and the two had been involved in a feud for a minute. Collins and the two other injured, and McFadden, who was working as a bodyguard, was killed. This was one of the wildest situations in hip-hop because this is the first time we've really seen a dude blatantly, I mean, not the first time. You could look at 6ix9ine, for instance. He kind of basically snitched on everyone, but this dude basically blatantly went out and testified against someone else. On top of everything, there was video footage of the whole incident going down, basically capturing Troy Ave shooting indiscriminately into the crowd, which was later decided to be self-defense, and for some reason he was able to get off with I don't know if he hit anyone while shooting, but he basically took the stand in TAXSTONE's murder trial to testify about the events that caused a fatal shooting in the 2016 concert. Honestly, the details are pretty disturbing. According to New York Post, he finally had his day on March 13th, testifying that he got shot simply out of a fight or flight response after TAXSTONE allegedly shot him first. He said there were about 100 people in the green room when he heard Tax yell, "What's poppin'?" in which he perceived to be in a threatening way. Banger turns around to me and says, "I'm gonna rock him," which means I'm gonna hit him, he testified. And then I wink at him and tell him, "Do your thing." He alleged that's when Tax reached for his gun and the melee began. Detailing the gripping situation, he said, "When the shots go off, I see the light from the spark and I hear the shot. This is all that's happening fast. I get up and start fighting TAXSTONE, trying to take him, grab the gun, and another shot goes off. I put my leg up to kind of block the shot from hitting me in the face or the chest." According to Troy, that's when Tax shot him in both legs. "It's like fight or flight. I'm always going to fight because at that point you could die," I've reportedly told the Manhattan Supreme Court. "I'd rather die fighting. People die from leg shots. I'd rather die fighting than laying on the ground." Troy Ave said he was then able to wrestle the gun out of Tax's hand, but then it misfired, and that's when he noticed his bodyguard laying down on the ground. Ronald Banger McFadden was pronounced dead in the aftermath. Two bystanders were also wounded. Troy Ave was initially charged with attempted murder and gun possession in his role in the incident. You know, the whole infamous video where he basically comes in and starts shooting, which I guess he didn't even really describe in this case. While the Brooklyn-bred rapper was put behind bars as first, his legal team negotiated a 1-year sentence instead of the 15 years he could have faced in exchange for his testimony at TAXSTONE's trial. TAXSTONE, real name Daryl Campbell, and Troy Ave had a history of beef that came to a head over when they ran into each other backstage at T.I.'s show. Troy, who said he wasn't even supposed to be there, was set to be an opening act. Tax was charged in January 2017 after police said they found DNA on the gun used in the shooting. He faces originally murder, attempted murder, assault, and weapons possession charges. Honestly, I feel like it's just a miracle that he was only having to face 1 year in prison, you know? That in itself, and the fact that honestly, the fact that he got manslaughter was pretty crazy. But if you really think about the situation, it kind of just boils down to probably being intoxicated, on top of the whole fact that it looks like there was hundreds of people there, and you know, there was definitely ensuing brawl in a closed space. It's pretty crazy too to know that like there's people that are, you know, people rap about it all the time, like, I'm gonna bring the gat in the club, I'm gonna bring the gun in the club, security not gonna frisk me. But bro, like, it's just crazy to know that like in New York, of all places, that a random like rap celebrity podcast type dude was able to bring a gun into the green room of a place. You know, that's pretty wild. Like, they should have definitely patted him down. And that has me thinking that the security in the situation was definitely lacking in some type of way, because why on earth would that even be allowed? You know, that dude wasn't even I understand the rapper bringing a strap or some shit, but it's not even right that some random dude is just gonna come in with a gun. That obviously shows that there's some type of like security flaw, you know, especially looking at what happened with the Draco situation. It kind of makes sense that these rap shows are not as secure as like people make them seem, you know. They should be way more secure than that, but anything can really happen, as you can see at these shows. And it's just unfortunate that 2 other people were innocent bystanders, and the security guard got a misfire shot and died from that, all because of some ignorant shit that had nothing to do with the show, man. Imagine you're just going to a show, you're in the green room thinking you're safe from the crowd, and you're the ones that end up getting into a crazy ass shooting, and then the infamous footage of him basically firing it, man, it's just a wrap at that point. But you know, it's kind of crazy to see that he dropped a diss track right after this and has been dropping diss tracks for the longest. So I guess his street credibility, I wonder if he even cares about the streets anymore, because at this point, bro straight testified in the rap handbook. That shit is a #1 sin. You can't like testify against someone because that's considered snitching. But his testimony is what ultimately got him free, you know, from not having to serve 15 years. And TAXSTONE got off easy too for manslaughter. I mean, he wasn't the one that even pulled the trigger. But you know, no one's really talking about the fact that he like pulled up and tried to shoot someone, you know. So they got off pretty easy after this shit, you know. At the end of the day, they got a second chance at life, and it's pretty crazy. They must have had a good lawyer team, man. But hey, let me know in the comments what y'all think about that stuff, man. Real safe shit. You already know what's going on. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, man. Peace.